Oh my gosh, if you guys teach with any kind of video, wouldn't you want to like easily up your game to be able to interview a guest, highlight a client, share your screen, broadcast someplace other than Facebook, like YouTube, Twitch, some of those other really cool places that you can stream video? Oh my gosh, then a live streaming platform is the way to go. I cannot wait for you guys to meet my guest today. He is going to be on here talking to us about this platform, STREAMYARD, that he's created. If you guys are watching from any other platform other than the Aaron Strayer Show, go ahead and click that link and come on over here to the Aaron Strayer Show. We'll be sure to say hello and give you a big old hello. This is the Aaron Strayer Show. This is where we talk about promoting, cultivating, and expanding amazing entrepreneurs that are out there in the world doing things just a little bit differently. We talk about pain points and hot topics, and one of those is live streaming and using video properly. We give you workarounds to those challenges that you face every single day trying to make it in business. Who am I? I'm Aaron Strayer. I'm the founder and creator of The Aaron Strayer Show and AaronStrayer.com. And recovering corporates and entrepreneurs hire me to get them business beyond the basics, because most of them, quite honestly, they're indecisive, they're held hostage by their own fear, and flat out complacent. Like they become okay with average. So I help them move past those things that hold them back, telling them they can't do that, and figuring out the next step. And bottom line, I provide executive level accountability so that you and your business gets the attention to detail it deserves, and you start making money the right way, excelling in your business. So this guy, we're going to bring him on screen. This is Geige Vandentop. Hello!
Hey, thanks so much for having me on the Aaron Strayer Show. I really appreciate it.
Oh, it's super exciting. Hey, RJ, how are you? It's good to see you here. RJ's hanging out with us this morning. It's afternoon. It's morning for you, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm Pacific, so 10 a.m. for me.
Yeah, you're still drinking coffee.
Yes, I've got it right here.
So you are like so young and vibrant and foot forward, and like your brain works in ways that just like excite me and make me go, I want to be a sponge, because I think it's just brilliant what you and your partner with STREAMYARD have created and the why behind it. Like it's really cool. And I don't think that like I never thought this when I was young, but now that I'm not going to call myself old, but I'm pushing the 50 really hard. We don't give you guys enough credit. And I just want to be the first one out there to say, like, bring it on, man. Bring your smarts. Make us the stuff that works. And like, thank you for creating this amazing platform called
Thank you
STREAMYARD.
for using it. That makes it all worth it when people use it. So I really appreciate that. I'm not that young. I'm 26, but
my daughter's older than you.
I'm relatively young, but yeah, that's so nice of you to say. I really appreciate it. I mean, Dan and I just love building things. So our goal is to just make useful tools that help people. Well, for STREAMYARD in particular, it's to help people spread their message and grow their brand, and just make it super easy for them to start a live stream. But yeah, so we just love building stuff, and when people like it and use it and give us feedback, and we can make it better and better, it makes it all worth it to us. Yeah.
So you and your business partner, you guys were college roommates.
Yeah,
hit it off, figured out that you guys both, like, you were studying, one was studying electrical and one was studying mechanical, if I'm right.
Yeah,
right?
Neither of us were in software, which is interesting. Yeah.
But both of you guys had this mean, like, need for tech.
Yeah, we both love, we love technology. We just love building things. Yeah, we loved, like, the first thing we ever built together, like in first year university, there was like a group project. So we made like an electromechanical bridge together. So we just loved working on stuff together. And after that first project, we just knew that we really liked working together and wanted to build other things together and continue doing that.
Yeah, and STREAMYARD developed out of a need that you saw out there in the universe of live streaming.
Sure. Yeah. So we had past experience with other video stuff we had been working on, and that sort of wrapped up, and we were sort of looking at the landscape of what was out there. And yeah, there's a lot of, I don't want to get too nitty gritty with the actual individual platforms, but there's a lot of platforms out there that do similar things to STREAMYARD. So I would assume that a lot of people with less expertise might look at the landscape and be like, there's tons of stuff out there. Why does there need to be another one?
Right.
But when we were watching these live streams and actually use them ourselves, there was always a gap somewhere. So the three things that we really focus on is we want everyone the ability to make a professional live stream, but still extremely easy to use, and then have a platform that's super reliable. So it's really easy to get two out of those three. Like lots of them offer maybe one of those or two of those, but it's very rarely all three. Like I love things like OBS. Like OBS is amazing software. Like you can make crazy productions with it. It's fantastic, and it's open source, which is really cool. It's free to use. Like OBS is awesome software. But if you're like, if you own a pet shop and you're trying to get an edge on pet shop competition, like none of these people are doing live streaming, let's get into live streaming. Like that poor guy or girl should not be using OBS. They should have an easier solution to go live. And there's there's OBS and there's the other solutions that are supposed to be easy. But when they become easier, there's this sacrifice that I find of ease of use and then also reliability. Yeah. And then all this information, or not, all this misinformation out there about what's going wrong for these people. Because like, you don't need a mega computer, you don't need a mega internet connection. You just need software that works well. So that's what we've tried to make StreamYard something that's super easy to use, that still allows you to make a professional live stream, and that you can depend on. Yeah,
and you know, that right there in itself, the ease of use, you don't have to have a technical degree, master's degree, and 7 PhDs to be able to use it.
I hope not.
Right? Like I've attempted OBS and I feel like I'm pretty doggone smart. It pushes my limits, like, because that's not something that's in my wheelhouse, is that the technical side of OBS, which creates amazing quality, right? Video.
Absolutely.
But I absolutely love the ease of, like, even setting up an account. I love the fact that you send a login, like if you've been off for a little while, like, let's talk about that. So, what's the why behind that?
Yeah. So that's a really good question. It's a big part of our philosophy for a lot of things is, like you're probably hearing it on the news, lots of other companies and security issues and stuff like that. So our policy on security is like, well, we can't leak something or screw up if we never know anything about you. So that's the whole point of the login code, is we don't know your password. So any other site you log in where you type in your password, they know your password now. So if they ever are compromised and they ever mess something up, your password could get leaked. But I don't know anyone's password. I don't know any of your passwords because we email login code. So if you want to log in, we just send you a login code to your email. We never get extra information about you. So we never know your password. So that's one reason.
And I think that's really, really, it's brilliant, and it's smart, and it's easy to do, and it covers your butt.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
It's a win-win for everybody.
When we can just offload it so we don't know information about you. So like have you ever heard of Stripe?
Yep.
So we use Stripe as our payment provider, which is awesome. And Stripe has the same philosophy for the way they do things, which is really cool. So like when you type in your credit card number to pay for something on StreamYard, we never know your credit card. Stripe handles all of that, and we just make calls to Stripe. So it really makes it nice for, like, if someone is like, oh, was there some sort of security issue with StreamYard? It's like, well, we have no information about you, so there's nothing to be concerned about. So that's the reason why we do things like that.
That's cool. So for hi Stacy, hi Roy, thanks for hanging out with us. RJ, if you're still here. So for somebody like Stacy who wants to find out more about what StreamYard is, like in a nutshell, in Geige's words, tell us about StreamYard.
Okay, I need to work on being more brief, but yeah, StreamYard is a live streaming studio in your browser, and it's meant to allow you to make professional live streams, but still be super easy to use and reliable. So a lot of confusion in this space in general is often around, like, do people watch on StreamYard? People don't watch on StreamYard. StreamYard is a tool for creating streams. So on StreamYard, you create your streams, and then you send those streams out to places like Facebook, YouTube, or I don't want to get too technical, but you can send it anywhere through something called RTMP. So if you have an RTMP, like other platforms like Periscope, you can get an ingest URL and go there. So you can technically go anywhere, but we've made it really, really easy to go live on Facebook and YouTube, and that's what we're focusing on.
Yeah. And that is actually brilliant because so many people think that you have to join people on the platform. Like some of our, like I use Zoom to teach a lot.
Yeah.
You have to log into the Zoom room to see what's going on. This is different than that. This is like if you are broadcasting out to the masses, like anybody and everybody can see the value and the information that you're putting out there. Stacy, you would totally be all over this with what you do. I'm just saying. It's just you can stream into groups. You can on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we call them direct. We have direct integration with Facebook and YouTube. So on Facebook, it's super easy. You just link your page and you can stream to a page. You link your group, you can stream to a group. You link to your profile, you can stream to your profile. And we also talk to Facebook so that we can pull in comments. So if someone comments on the stream, you're seeing it now. It pops up in those in a section for comments, and you can display it on the stream and highlight a comment and talk about it. Whereas if you're going to a custom destination, it doesn't have that direct integration. And same for YouTube. YouTube, you can link your channel. We stream into comments. So you can get those YouTube comments and interact with people that way.
Yeah. So it's really, especially if you have private groups that you teach inside of your groups. This is like huge for that. It's really huge for the interaction. It's a different way to teach on purpose inside. Like I'm a coach. So I do a lot of teaching inside of my private groups, and this is a really great way to do that. Everybody knows when you go, you can set up events for it if you want, right? Like just like anything else you do. But it's really more of an on purpose for me way to teach and to stream to my people. And I really appreciate the platform. I love how easy it is to use it. And I love your community that you've started.
Yeah, we're trying hard to build that. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it, that aspect of it. It's fun answering questions in there and talking with people and joining people's broadcasts. It's really cool.
Yeah. So you guys, just so you know, this guy is the creator, one of the co-creators. He and his buddy put this together, and we're talking to him live. I think that's pretty cool that he's that accessible. He's that easy to find. He's that easy to answer questions. He's just been like, it's fun as a user to be able to have that access and to have, so thank you for that, because that's huge.
Oh, no problem. I like when people actually message me. It's hard to get people to actually communicate. It's funny too, people often think like on social media, we've got like a team or something, but if it's StreamYard Duck, you're probably talking to me, maybe Dan, but probably me.
Yeah, it's refreshing. It's refreshing to have that communication and that open communication. So you guys are launched how long ago? You're still in beta form.
Yeah, the end of September is when we had our first live broadcast with a guy. I think he's starting to show up again in January, so I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, our first ever stream was the end of September, and there's a guy named Will Strayhorn. It was really cool. That's
cool. I'll have to hop on and watch that. And how are you guys doing? You're got 4 months under your belt.
Oh, it's going great. I didn't anticipate how much and how important the community aspect would be. Like we saw a bunch of growth when we started that Facebook group, which is fantastic. So there's lots of people, because when there's a community around it, people think to invite their friends to the community who they think would benefit from StreamYard. And that by far has, as far as any of our other marketing efforts, that has gone way farther. And so yeah, our main focus right now is actually just scaling our stuff up to make sure we can support everyone. But everything's going great. Yeah, it's going really well.
Yeah.
Dan and I are actually starting a weekly stream too, where we're going to answer people's questions and talk to them, sort of like a town hall type thing, starting this Sunday actually. So that will be fun.
That's neat.
Our marketing
anybody can hop in and ask you questions.
Yeah, anyone pop in and tell us what we're doing wrong and yell at us or say nice things, whatever you want.
Hey, I'm all about saying nice things, man. I'm all about that because, support's good. And here's the other thing too, like you can put a point across without yelling.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, that's really cool. So what do you think? You said the community has been like a big deal for you guys. How have you seen yourself scale putting that in place? Like
You mean not like actual numbers wise?
Mhm.
It's probably been 10 to 15x since starting that community, and most of it was directly from. So yeah, if you have a business and you don't have a Facebook group, figure out how you can tie that in, because it's had a huge impact on our growth for sure.
Yeah. So what do you think it is about, really, I know you kind of touched on it, but I want to go there again. What do you think it is about having a bunch of like-minded people in the same area?
Well, you feel like you're part of something, right? So it's like it's StreamYard. Instead of it being just like this logo and the doc, it's like, okay, now we're part of this. We know the guys that run it. We know what their values are. And so it's kind of like an in this together type feeling. So I think that really helps. And then people also know that, like, if you make a post in that group, I'll answer, I'll help you, and you'll figure it out. So I think it turns people that like as long as you do it effectively, it turns people that might like your product or like your service, and it turns them into raving fans, basically, just because as long as you're there and you're supportive and you help them. I kind of feel like people in that group are on our team, which is really cool. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you get the support of those people and the insight and the comment and the, hey.
And they start helping each other too, which is fantastic. Like, there's people in there that will hop on a bra. One of my favorite terms was, I forget who said it actually, but someone was like, oh, I need a buddy to help test something on a stream. And then someone else in the group popped in and helped them and was like, oh, that's what it's all about. That's awesome.
It's brilliant. The community, the growing of the collective, as I like to call it, that we're so much better together instead of, I got this, I'm lone wolfing it, I'm out here on my own, I'm doing just fine. Yeah. The better together. So can we play a little bit, Geige?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So I know some of the people on here are really interested. Can you, as a guest, because I'm the host on your platform.
Yeah. Do you want to see me share my screen?
I want you to show, because this is one of the aspects that I really like, is that the guest is also able to share screen.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah.
Share screen. Just trying to find something to share. Here we go. Hopefully I don't have any private information on there. I don't think I do. I think it's good.
Let me see. Let me put that up there. So here's
so this is just Amazon. But
yep.
I pulled this up too because this is really cool. That I was shocked when I actually ordered this book. Someone, speaking of community stuff, someone in that group made a book about StreamYard and published it on Amazon. So I can't wait to see what's in the actual book. So yeah, that's what I'm screen sharing right now. Got the nice doc on there.
Yep. So
Quiet Chef Journals.
That's cool. So you already got it ordered. So that's pretty interesting that somebody in the community wrote a book on you guys and actually got it published. And you've only been live for 3 months.
Yeah, very cool. I think it's more like it says it's 160 pages. That's pretty long.
Whoa.
I think it's more like an activity book, and that is branded for StreamYard. But yeah, it's nonetheless, it's very, very cool.
That's awesome. So this is something that you guys are able to do if you're the host and your guest wants to screen share. So if they have a book or if they have, whatever you do, and your person wants to screen share, that's what that looks like, which is really pretty doggone cool. What else can we show our people while we're on here from your end?
You have most of the power, but you could throw up some banner. Yeah, the Aaron Strayer show. One thing that I can mention that we're actually already done it. We're just sort of deciding when we want to actually release it is, how you could show an overlay. I guess, do you have an overlay?
I don't have an overlay.
So the same way that we have overlays that you can put on the screen, we're about to add background. So where you're seeing this black space up here, you could upload a static image or a GIF. So if you wanted leaves blowing around in the back or something, you could upload that. And then when you're in this view, you'd have this custom background that was moving. You should see that in like a week or two, which will be cool. That's
super cool. So what do you think is the most effective aspect of StreamYard? Like, what's your favorite part of it?
My favorite, one thing that I feel like doesn't get touched on a lot is the resource requirements of some of these tools. So like most of the stuff out there requires you to have a pretty powerful computer. So because I have to be careful how I describe it so it's not confusing. But when you're streaming, there's a lot of stuff that an app can either choose to have you run on your computer or run on their own platform. Yeah. And we've taken almost everything we possibly can, and instead of it running on your computer, we run it on our computers, basically, which allows you to just, if you just have a basic Chromebook or an old laptop that barely works, you should still be able to use StreamYard, and it should still look very good because like the banners and the logos, all the compute requirements are happening on our end. So I guess what I think is the best part about StreamYard is it allows almost anyone to make a professional looking show without having to have this big budget for a fancy computer, fancy equipment, because although that stuff's nice and production value for a stream is important, for a lot of people, I think the most exciting part is just what we're doing now. Just having a couple people on talking and being able to brand it gets you most of what you're going to get out of live streaming for a lot of types of businesses, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's brilliant too, that you don't have to have a whole lot of high-end equipment. You don't have to have a production studio. You don't have to know how to run editing equipment. You don't have to have any of that stuff to make an amazing, product work for you, and to really take what you have to stay to the next level.
Yeah, if you want to, I think that's great. And I think it's a great way if you're trying to optimize your live streaming. But as a step one, like first just start live streaming. And I think when you just look at what's out there, it's pretty daunting, right? It's like, okay, should I start live streaming? It's like, well, I have to drop $1,000 on, or probably more than that, on a new computer and all this money on a fancy mic. Like, we just want to make it where if you have something to talk about and you have people you can bring on and talk to, start today. Just start streaming and then make it better as you go along, because I think just having a conversation with someone and making sure the audio sounds good is, people will get a lot of value out of that. And you just need to start and then iterate. That's the best thing about it, is how easy it is just to get started.
Right. Is there anybody that this isn't for?
Yes, there's lots of people that it isn't for, which is good. If it's for everyone, it's not. I think, well, that's not always true, but oftentimes if things are for everyone, they're not particularly useful. But yeah, if you're a corporation that has a social media team, use OBS, if you have a technical team and want to do crazy cut shots and have 100 cameras doing different angles, that's not what this is for. So yeah, use OBS. There's lots of OBS alternatives. I personally love OBS, so just use OBS. I think there's still use cases where this is useful to them. Like I think it often could be, you could use it. There's people that use this in combination with OBS, because although OBS is nice for doing really fancy stuff, if you just want to do a quick interview with someone, this is a better solution. Like I think this is the best solution for if you want to quickly have a couple of people on and have a roundtable discussion. Like the fancier the equipment is, the more complicated it's going to be to bring guests on and figure that out, because you're going to be like, okay, where should I place the guest? Like it's just a lot of work. So I think for most people, there will be some use case where it might be a good solution for you, but there's a lot of things you might be wanting to do that this isn't a great solution for. Like gaming. If I was a video gamer, I would probably not use StreamYard, because on places like Twitch, people really value having super high frame rate games being played. Mm-hmm. And for you to actually get the maximum quality out of your stream, like a 4K stream running super complex video game graphics, you need the fancy computer. Sure. So use OBS, get that setup going. But for almost anyone else, like if you're just a small business owner, or you're a blogger and you just want a quick way to go live and chat with people, I think this is the perfect solution for you, because you'll be able to quickly get started, get a guest on, have a discussion. And if you have something interesting to say, that's all you really need, I think. Like you can always make it better, but all you need is just an easy way to stream and talk to someone and get your message out there. And
I'm just telling you, like the learning curve is like a 0.5 on a scale of 1 to 10. Like seriously, awesome. to actually day one use this, It's so easy and it's so user friendly and it's so like just easy to use. It's refreshing. You know,
That's good to hear. Yeah.
when
We're always trying to make it easier too. So we're listening to people, and when things are confusing, we try to fix it and iterate too. So hopefully it will just get easier and easier as well.
yeah, which I've seen that inside the community. You know, you actually put a post out there. Hey, what do you want to see? What's your wish list? I think that was your post. What's your wish list to have StreamYard offer? And you've implemented so many of those things. Like, it's crazy how many things that you guys have implemented from people's wish list.
Thanks. Yeah, we're trying.
And it's really fun. How long are you guys going to be in beta? What's that look like?
Sure. Yeah. We almost feel like we're not really in beta. It's just we haven't taken it out of beta yet. We want to when we come out of beta, it will be more of a marketing type thing. So I want to do it when we have some final really cool feature that we're releasing and being like, we're releasing this. We're now out of beta. Hear us roar, whatever it is. But yeah, so we're probably hoping to do that by late January or early February.
That's cool.
As far as the actual definition of beta, I don't think this is really a beta. It's ready for production use. Like beta usually means you're testing. Like there's lots of iteration happening. Like we're making lots of changes. So in that sense, it's still a beta. But I don't think it's really a beta product anymore.
I love it. I love everything about it. So if people want to jump on and try it, like what's that look like? They can just go to StreamYard.com and.
Yeah, hopefully it's super intuitive. Yeah, just literally go to StreamYard.com or use Aaron's link because if you ever decide to upgrade, you'll get a discount.
Yeah, so if you guys are part of our part of the Aaron Strayer Show bot, that link flipped in the bot. So if you want to be part of the bot, just type live in the comments, and we'll make sure you're hooked up to that, and you never miss another cool show from me. So
that's really cool. You just have a keyword like that. I have to learn more about that. You can just type.
Yeah, RJ's your girl. RJ's your girl. You get to hook up with RJ on that. She's the queen bot builder. So
yeah, that's super cool. But yeah, so as far as getting started, just if you're on Aaron's bot, just click that link or just StreamYard.com. You'll see our landing page. You just there's a completely free there's a paid version, but there's also a 100% free version. So instead of having your own logo, you'll be stuck with our duck watermark, but all the functionality is there.
Yeah.
So you
I
just
uploaded my logo, and there's a duck one that comes up. Show them your shirt. It looks like your shirt.
It looks exactly like this.
Why'd you guys choose a duck?
Yeah, that's a good question. I wish I had a more meaningful, elegant reason, but it's we came up with the name StreamYard partly because it's very hard to find a .com, but the idea of StreamYard was like a lumber yard or a shipyard. It's like a place for creating streams, and that's why it's called StreamYard.
I love that. I was wondering why the why behind the name.
Yeah, and then the duck is. You probably heard of MailChimp? So I've always just loved the MailChimp logo. I like animal logos. So we knew we wanted to have an animal logo, and I've seen ducks hanging out in backyards before, and I like ducks. So StreamYard has the duck as its mallard as its logo.
Cute little logo in the yard. It's a duck in the yard. I love it. Yeah. Stephanie Smart, this would be right up your alley with what you do also, friend. And RJ says, talk to me, Geige.
I will. Thanks, RJ.
Yeah. So you guys, again, this is Geige Vandentop. I said your name right?
You did, yeah.
Awesome.
It's not an easy one to get right.
I really practiced. And he and his partner have created this amazing platform called StreamYard, which is an easy way to live stream. Do you got any stats on live streaming before we go? Do you know any?
I should have been more prepared. I
didn't.
I know that the watch time on live streams is. I think people don't quote me on these stats because it's off the top of my head, but I think people watch live streams 3 times as long as they watch static video.
I've heard that too, yeah.
As far as the nice. As far as like the growth of live video versus static video, I think the growth rate of live video over the last few years has been over 100%. So it's like doubling year over year. Static video is also growing very fast, but it's only 30%. So live video is growing faster than static video. I still think static video is very important for lots of different things, but stats. Do you have any stats? You're a live streamer.
I know I'm a live streamer. I should have prepared myself. However, I do know that people prefer to watch live video.
I feel more connected with the person doing it. And be
connected and to feel into that person and to actually, I know as far as a coach, that's how I get my clients is people actually see me. They see me all the time. My mentality doesn't change. And then when they get on a call with me, I didn't change.
Yeah,
right?
It's the same person.
It wasn't just I have my camera face and then I have my coach face. It doesn't really change. And that's pretty solid for them to see that and to, people read personalities and people line up with people. And I think that when you live stream and then you connect that much deeper with your people, that it's a win-win for everybody and you make better solid choices when you actually have that interaction and you feel like the people.
Absolutely. That's actually something I should have gone into or asked you more about. I'd be curious to hear now is how you obviously use live streaming for your own business. So how essential is it? How big of a part of your sort of marketing strategy for your business is live streaming? Is it a key component?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. The Aaron Strayer Show absolutely drives traffic for my coaching clients. Absolutely.
Yeah. And is for the coaching that you do you find that it's often live streaming is a good tool for the people that are seeking your services for the stuff they're working on?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. And I love to teach that way also, in private closed groups, specifically, when you have that group, that small niche of people that all are on the same page or they're all working through the same program together. It's really nice to have and to see the collaboration and I'm teaching them and they can, ask questions or we can bring them on, they can be highlighted. Because that's really cool too.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's good to hear. They found
an emergency. He's muting himself because there's an emergency.
I think it's gone now. There was actually a live stream I came across that I thought was so interesting. It was a plumber actually that was teaching plumbers how to become professionals, how to start their own plumbing business.
Cool.
I just found it encouraging as far as how far live streaming is spreading as a tool for business owners, that random tradesmen are streaming. And he had viewers too. He had 50 viewers or something that are learning from him about how to become a professional plumber. And that's got to benefit that guy because he's now an authority in the plumbing space. Who do you want to fix your pipes? How about the guy that's hosting a show about it?
And teaching people how to do it, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Cool. You guys, we're going to honor Geige's time. He gave us a half an hour and we've already took 3 extra minutes off of his time slot for us. So we super appreciate you, Mr. Vandentop, for your time with us here today. And we love your platform.
Thanks so much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
I love
Happy
it.
New Year, everyone.
Thanks for being with us today. We'll see you right back here soon. Take care.